in 8,000 lines, Reba. A humble revision of the wonderful achievement of the late Dr. Edward Conze, now of the 21st century, by Richard Babcock. Chapter 30. Sadaprarudita. Sadaprarudita sets out to find perfect wisdom. Furthermore, Subhuti, one searches for perfect wisdom as the Bodhisattva Sadaprarudita, at present leading the holy life in the presence of the Tathagata Bhishmagarjitanirghoshasvara. Subhuti, how does Bodhisattva Sadaprarudita search for perfection of wisdom? The Lord, first of all Sadaprarudita, the Bodhisattva, searches for perfect wisdom in such a way as to have no regard for body or life, and gain, honor and fame do not interest him. In the seclusion of a remote forest, a voice in the air said to him, "In the East, son of good family, hear the perfection of wisdom. And on your way do not pay attention to weariness of your body, do not give in to any fatigue, pay no attention to food or drink, day or night, or to cold or heat. Do not make any definite plans, either about inward or about outward things. Do not look to the left or right, to the south, east, west or north, upwards or downwards, or in any of the intermediate directions. Neither be shaken by self or individuality, nor by form or other skandhas. For one shaken by these is turned away from Buddha-dharmas. As one is turned away from Buddha-dharmas, one wanders in birth and death. And as one wanders in birth and death, one does not course in perfect wisdom and cannot reach perfection of wisdom." Sadaprarudita said to the voice, "This is how, from this point on, I am and act accordingly. As I aspire to indicate light to all beings, as I aspire to procure the Dharma of a Buddha." The voice answered, "Well spoken, son of good family." The Bodhisattva Sadaprarudita again listens to the voice, and he hears this. "Son of good family, this search for perfect wisdom takes place as you produce the firm conviction all dharmas are void, signless, and wishless. Be not affected by signs, existence, and false views anywhere, or at any time here appears being, or are beings appearing. Be not affected by thoughts of bad friends. Good thoughts of friends, however, tend, love and honor. These demonstrate Dharma and teach all dharmas are void, signless and wishless, not produced, not stopped and non-existent. As you progress like this, you are studying or applying this perfection of wisdom either from a book, direct experience, or from the mouth of a monk speaking Dharma. Treat as the teacher any person from whom you come to hear perfection of wisdom, be grateful and thankful, and think, this is my good friend. As I hear this perfection of wisdom from this one, I gradually come to realize irreversibility from full enlightenment, I draw nearer to Tathagatas, and come to be reborn in Buddha fields in which Tathagatas are not lacking, and, avoiding unfortunate rebirths, I accomplish auspicious rebirth. As you weigh up such advantages, you are bound to treat a monk speaking Dharma as the teacher. Do not follow this one with motives of worldly gain, but for love of Dharma, out of respect for Dharma, and the benefit of any and all beings. Also, see through things which are thought of or seen as Mara's deeds, for here always is appearing Mara, the evil one, who may seem to suggest your teacher tends, enjoys and honors things which are seen, heard, smelled, tasted or touched, while in actual fact the teacher does so from skill and means, and has really risen above these. Here now, do not lose confidence in the teacher, but say to yourself, I do not yet know skill and means as the teacher naturally does. The teacher tends, enjoys and honors such dharmas in order to indicate proper discipline to beings, in order to bring to realization wholesome roots for them. For no attachment to such objective supports exist in or for bodhisattvas. At this, contemplate this true reality of dharmas, which is to say, as all dharmas are without defilement or purification. As all dharmas are empty of own being, such can have no properties as appear to be these attributes of a living being, such can have no life, no individuality, no personality, such are as illusion, a dream, an echo, a reflected image. As you thus contemplate this true reality of all dharmas, and follow what is spoken of Dharma, you go forth in, and as, perfection of wisdom. But watch out for seeing yet another deed of Mara. As you may be disheartened at what the preacher of Dharma has said, let this not make you averse to perfection of wisdom, but with a mind which desires only Dharma, which respects only Dharma, may you, unwearied, follow any monk which preaches Dharma. After receiving this admonition from this voice, the Bodhisattva Sadaprarudita now journeys east. Before long it occurs to him that he had not asked the voice how far he ought to go. He stands still just at this, crying, sorrowful, and lamenting. For 7 days he stays in this very spot waiting to be told how far to go to hear this perfection of wisdom, and all this time he pays no attention to anything else, and takes no food, but simply pays homage to perfect wisdom, waiting to be told how far he needs to go, and how to do this. Any person, Subhuti, who loses their only child are very sad and unhappy, and can think of one thing only, the child and the sorrow felt due to this. Even so this Bodhisattva Sadaprarudita can at this time think of nothing else, except when then shall I hear this perfection of wisdom? Description of Gandhavati, and of Dharmadgata's life. As Sadaprarudita thus sorrows and pines away, a Tathagata frame suddenly stands here before him, gives his approval and says, "Well spoken, son of good family." The Tathagatas of these 3 times, while these are still bodhisattvas as you are now, also search for perfect wisdom in the same spirit in which you just now search for this. In this same spirit of vigor and determination, of zeal and zest, do you go east. 500 leagues away from here is a town called Gandhavati. It is built of 7 precious things. It is 12 leagues long and 12 leagues broad, and enclosed by 7 walls, 7 moats, and 7 rows of palm trees. It is prosperous and flourishing, secure from attack, contains abundant provisions, and is full of beasts and beings. 500 rows of shops run through the town from one end to the other, beautiful to behold like a well-colored painting, arranged one by one in regular succession, and in between them well-constructed sites and passages are erected, respectively for vehicles drawn by animals, for palanquins, and for pedestrians, so that there is plenty of room for all. The walls all round this town are made of the 7 precious substances. Their well-founded copings slope into the golden river Jambu. And on each coping grows a tree, made of the 7 precious things, laden with various fruits, also made of precious things. A network of small bells is fastened on strings, and thus surrounds the entire city. When stirred by the wind, the small bells give out a sweet, charming and delightful sound, just like the sound from 5 musical instruments when they are played in harmony by the Gandharvas, skilled in songs. And this sound causes beings to divert, enjoy and amuse themselves. The moats all around the city are full of water which flows gently along, neither too cold nor too hot. The boats on this river are brilliant with the 7 precious things, beautiful to behold, and existence is a reward of past deeds of inhabitants who, aboard these, divert, enjoy and amuse themselves. The water is everywhere covered with blossoms of the blue lotus, of the pink lotus, of the white lotus, and with other most beautiful and fragrant flowers. Here is not any species of flowers in the great trichiliacosm which is not found. All around this city are 500 parks, beautiful to behold, brilliant with the 7 precious things. Each park has 5 times 500 large lotus ponds, covered with beautiful blossoms, each of the size of a cartwheel, fragrant, blue, yellow, red and white. The sounds of geese, cranes, ducks, curlews and other birds fill the air over the ponds. And the existence of these parks which none regard as their own private property is a reward for past